Well folks, here we are, hitting up a brookie stream, just listening right now to see if I could hear a couple turkeys, and you look behind me, we are at the top, and you know, those brookie streams aren't at the top of the mountain. So I had a pretty good hike in to get to this far, and it's going to get even more treacherous, but I fish this stream once a year, and that's it. Partially because of the extreme walk in, partially because it's a very tucked away secret, and I don't want to mess with those fish at all. But hopefully I'm gonna hear at least one or two turkeys and then head down over the hill. It's like Mount Kilimanjaro, so I mean, if you look behind me, I gotta get all the way down to that bottom, but a lot of times that's when it's the funnest. So have a good day, and hopefully I get into some. Well guys, I got traversed a very long way down. I can hear the trib that I want to fish. If you look behind me, this is level, so she's pretty steep. But as I pan around behind me, you can see we are way in the mountains here. And I didn't hear any turkeys. I'm very surprised at that. But if you look, I'm kind of going down a point. On that side over here, there's the main stream that I fished before. And on my topo map, you could see there was a couple blue lines that met this stream. So I wanted to fish the lower end of this one just to kind of scout it out. I figured it's probably gonna be biggest down here, so I might as well start here. If there's nothing, move over to the stream that I already fished. And a little bit farther down, coming off of that mountain on that side of me, there's another blue line on the back side that meets. So there's at one place there's like three or four streams that meet together. So I wanted to use that as kind of like a central hub, and then explore the lower end of the three that come in. If I pick up a couple fish, mark it off, hey, there's fish here, and then fish the main one. So I'll keep you posted. Well, I made it down to where that blue line is on the map. You could see it's very tiny. So what I'll do in this situation is I'll start, walking down towards the bigger ones, staying away from the stream about 20 yards or so, and looking for little, pools or something that might have a little bit more water. I imagine in the summer this thing is just a trickle, so I don't think I'm not expecting to catch much, but you never know. I mean, there's a lot of springs that are seeping out of the mountain here. I mean, there's two or three right here, so I'm just gonna meander down through this, hitting little sections, and we'll see if we can't catch anything. Alright guys, we made it down to the bottom here, and right over my shoulder there you can see a little stream coming in. That is, it's not really conducive to anything more than just like a spring, so I can cross that one off my list. Here's the main stream here. It's actually split right at this point. You can see it on both sides, but I know there's brookies in this part. I'm gonna double check my topo map on my phone, see how far it is till that other trib comes down. If it's only like 100 yards or so, I might just walk straight down. And if it's farther than that, I'm on a strict time limit here, and this is a hell of a walk out. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this little hole right here. A little tough to see, but there's a nice little pocket there, and I'm almost betting there's a brookie right under that brush pile there. But yeah, we made it. I can cross one of those off my list. I'm kind of bummed. I always hope, for blue line glory when I find something. Like, there's not even a name on that little thing, and now I can see why. But we're gonna fish this and keep you posted. Well, I made it about 200 yards or so from where those streams intersect, and I picked up two, missed a couple. One jumped out of my hand before I got a picture, but it's not that big a deal. But you look behind me, that's level. I mean, whew, she's steep down in here, so that's why I think that, not a lot of people hit this stream up, but it's It just dropped dead gorgeous. I mean, log jam, everything. But a lot of people ask me why I put such big lead eyes on those little brookie streamers I make. And I mean, look at that pool right there. Like, this stream's dropping like 8 feet in elevation every 50 feet. So it gets pretty quick. So in order to get your flies down and actually be able to do anything, you got to have heavy lead eyes. And I think I'm using medium right now because I figured it'd be a little bit lower, but it's still just so fast that it's not really getting down quick enough. But I'm still picking up a few fish and having fun, so that's the biggest thing. But I only have about an hour left that I can fish, and then I got to try to hike out, so I'm gonna get boogieing. But yeah, looking at this next hole up, I think I might be able to pull brookie out of there. And there's a couple more pockets in this section of the stream, but then to get out I gotta climb Everest, so it'll be fun. So take it easy. As you can see, I went up the stream pretty far now, and you can look at just little tiny pockets. Now there's still brookies in here, but I'm mainly just going like every 20 some yards where there's a hole, and I'll take I'm using my 10-foot rod. You can see there's not really much of a canopy in here right now, but all these springs coming off the mountain keep this stream really cold all year round. So you can use that to my advantage and actually take a 10-foot rod. Now you won't know that just by looking at a map, but it definitely makes it beneficial to use that 10-foot rod on a stream like this, because you know this water's clear and you can just reach out, flip that streamer up, and just twitch it down through the hole and then come out and grab it. Now I picked up a few more up through here, and they're just beautiful. I mean, you almost have their spawning colors still, like that real bright orange, and just amazingly beautiful fish. Now I'm starting to get close to when I need to do my extraction, so to say. But it looks like this hill comes down at a little bit less of a slope up above a little bit, so I'm just going to try to jet up through here, hit a couple holes and see if I can't pick up 1 or 2 more fish. But they're just beautiful, and I caught one real nice, I guess you call him a buck. He's maybe 7 inches, but his head was like this big, and I love catching those, solid fish. And when you hold something like that, in the water in your hands, and you just look at it, it just really blows me away anyway. Like this fish is in this tiny little stream, surviving like they have for, 1,000 years or more. And I haven't seen one piece of litter, one sign that anyone's ever been here, and I only know, I'm sure there's other people that fish this, but I only know of one other person that fishes this. And I kind of hit him up and said, hey, I'm trying this one. And he's like, I knew it was only a matter of time before you found my favorite place to fish. And that's another reason why I only fish this once a year. You know what I mean? I'm not saying you stake claim to a stream, but he found this before I did, and I fish it once a year, get my fix in for this stream and move on. Just one of them things where it's almost, and I don't want to fish this stream more than once a year anyway. It's just nice, and plus there's a lot of rattlesnakes in here in the summer, so I figured this might be my last bout before those things start coming out. But yeah, just one of them things, you got to respect each other. And that's kind of one of the rules on this PA Native Brookie Chasers page about, you know, letting stream names out on the public thing. You know, it took work for me to find this. It took work for him to find this. And I love sharing knowledge about flies and things like that. But as far as locations, like, do your homework. You know, we did. I probably will never take another person to this stream. You know what I mean? Just out of respect for him. You know, and I'd expect if I took him somewhere that he didn't know, he'd do the same. So, yeah, I'm just taking a quick breather, and like I said before, she's still pretty steep coming up. But just like I said, it's just a beautiful day. I only have a little bit more time of actual fishing before I just got a jet, but like I said, I mean, this is why we do this. I mean, there's nobody within miles of me right now. No one. Now, it's a little dangerous if something happens, but, and I did hear something that sounded like a bear, and I about, you know, crap my pants. But like I said, this is why I created this page, just, you know, sharing our love of native brook trout and sharing our passion with each other. And I don't have to name this stream, I don't have to tell everybody where this stream is, and I think most of you on the page respect that, you know. Like, grab a map, go explore. You know, I found that one stream I was hoping to be just like this one, ended up being a trickle. So, like I said, and I'm probably about, I don't know, maybe 2 miles away from my car yet. So, I'm gonna get going. I just wanted to try to keep this post updated, and I might splice this video together just to make it like a, you know, one whole video you guys can watch. But I appreciate everybody's participation in the page, and I needed a brookie fix, man. I haven't been out, and I've been, you know, shooting my bow, taking the kids out and everything. So I just needed this quick little 2-3 hour excursion away from humanity, and I'll keep you posted. Well, guys, I think I just caught my brookie of the year. I walked up and I saw this pool here, and you can see with that canopy, it's awfully tough to fish. But I ran my streamer down through there, and all I could see was this orange fins and belly, and I'm like, oh, good God. And that fish just stared at that streamer, and he would not eat it for nothing. And typically I don't change flies too often, but I'm like, I really want to catch this fish. It'd be like the epitome of the trip. And like I said, it's 8:56 right now. I got about a 45-minute walk out of this place, but my gosh, by far the most beautiful brook trout I've ever caught in my life. And it's crazy when you're, you know, 15 feet away and you just see that orange belly and orange fins, and I'm crouched down super low, and I'm not real far from them. But man, when you come walking up, and like I'm at like the tippy top of this water, and when you come up and you see a hole like this, I just get excited. Now I doubt he's not the only one in there, but I think I may just end my trip on that, because my gosh, just absolutely stunning fish. Now I held him in the water here. I rolled him over real quick to take a picture of his belly, because I've never caught a brookie that was just so orange. And it's tough with these guys to get a good picture of them, because, you know, when you fish like we do and you keep them like wet, that sheen, that water, it eats away a lot of that color. But when I put it up, I put the cast right up at the white water, and I could see my mop, and I always fish the edges of them, and it was a cream mop, and I could see it going through. Then all of a sudden that brookie came out, and I could see his orange belly, and he grabbed it, and I just gave him a quick hook set. And the tough part is landing him with the 10-foot rod when you get in a situation like this. So I actually had to hook him this way, and then just kind of lean way back like this and slide him right at my feet here in this little shallow water. But yeah, with that, I think I'm just gonna roll out. I could see a little crevice I could walk up, and I'm gonna look at my topo map and go like that. But like I said, that was the epitome of the trip, and it doesn't get any better than that for me. Like they always say about your paradise, and people like beaches and, you know, stuff like that, but this right here is my paradise. There's nothing in the world that compares to this to me. Now I like hunting, I like, you know, the rut and all that, but this right here, early spring, you know, the fryer probably hatched out of this stream, you know, and you still be careful when you're waiting, but I mean, like, it just, wow. You know, you catch a fish that takes your breath away that's 7 inches long, That is why I love catching native brookies. So with that, I'm going to end this video. I may walk up just a little bit farther because we're still pretty steep, but just unreal fish. Brookie of the year for me in 2019. Like, when you think of a native brookie, this is him, and you'll see in the pictures. Alright guys, I'm back at the Jeep. One heck of a climb out. Beautiful trout, good day fishing. One of the things I wanted to talk about was those little streamers I use, and they're super simple to tie, but they work very well. Right here you can see, it's just, that's white Estes actually. A marabou tail, some white Estes, and then I call that like a hot head, where I actually use those chartreuse eyes. But the thread I use is chartreuse as well, and it's tough to see in this video. But the underneath, it has like a chartreuse underbody, so it kind of gives it a little brighter green, you know, flash to it. But like I said, I could just call that a hot head. It's not like a hot spot, like just a small piece of thread, because I actually take the whole head and make it green, and then the eyes are green. And what I want that for is that water is real fast, and you can see the I think those are medium eyes or large, but I want that fly to just sink. As soon as it hits that water, it's sinking and getting down where the fish are. If you use unweighted flies on a stream like that, you're gonna have a lot tougher time. Now they'll come up and grab it, don't get me wrong, but you'll see your success go up a lot if you use this. And you can actually lead weight that body. I don't like to go too heavy because then it gets a little tougher to feel them because they're not real big when they hit. But this is probably one of my most productive, you know, mini streamers, if you will. You have that a lot of movement with the marabou. You got that bright color they can see real quick, and then you got the weight to get it down. So that's just one thing that, whew, I'm freaking gassed. But that's just one thing I wanted to cover was, you know, super simple flies. You could tie like 10 of these in a, you know, in a short period of time. But the components, you know, those eyes get expensive, and the chenille and the marabou's a little pricey compared to just doing a mop fly or something. But like I said, the majority of the time, as soon as this hits the hole and they see that thing twitch once, they're gonna come flying out and grab it. They're not real picky. You just want something bright that they could see quick and hit. Now, like I said, that last big brookie I caught, he looked at this thing an inch away from it, and I was twitching it, everything almost jigging. He was in the slow water. He would not eat it, you know. And then if I have a fish like that I can actually see and he's, you know, super picky, throw on like a mop fly or a soft hackle or something, put that in front of them, and more than likely they're going to eat it because they're interested in eating this thing. But, you know, he was a little weary of it. So I'm going to get in the Jeep. It's 9:30. So that was a half hour to climb just straight up. You know what I mean? It was like 9 when I caught that last fish. But I'm going to go home and enjoy the rest of the day with the kiddos, give them a break. Maybe I'll take the kids out and do something with them. But like I said, and one thing when you hit these remote places, make sure you have at least, like I took a quart of Gallagher's green tea with me. And I like the green tea, it gives you a little bit of energy, I guess. But definitely take, you know, a quart of water or more, even a half gallon of water, because you're going to need it on that climb out. But I packed super light. All I did was have, you know, maybe a dozen flies in a fire hole box, and I'm wearing waders now. That stream, hip boots might have been way better of an option, but I don't have them, and I might pick up a pair for that because, you know, I'm hot. Now I got to go home and turn these waders inside out and wash them, and so I freaking stink because I'm hot. I'm sweated up. But I'm gonna splice these together. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now I don't have, you know, and I did take that little tripod thing with me, but I was just more worried about having fun. But maybe next time I'll take that tripod and try to get some footage of, you know, how I'm fishing and stuff. But like I said, I don't get a ton of time to get out, so I do like to enjoy it. So I will let you guys go with that, and if you're out today, I hope you catch a big one. Take it easy.